a day to be encouraged by, proud by. It's ultimately ended in a 2-0 defeat, Alex, but they gave that a really good go today.
Yeah, immensely proud, because there are a lot of teams that have come up against this Liverpool side. It's very similar to what we've seen in the last few years. A side that has won the Premier League title under Jurgen Klopp, won the Champions League under Jurgen Klopp. There was so much fanfare going into this game. It's probably going to be one of the biggest games of the weekend, and some players, some teams crack under that pressure, and the way that Ipswich settled into life in the Premier League against some of the top players in the world, in the league, so encouraging. And yeah, ended in defeats against a top team, but a lot of positives to take from it.
2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. Quite simple in their execution, but just world-class players making difficult things look easy. The first is a well-weighted Trent pass up the line. Salah with the first time sort of sweeping pass across the box. Jota, cool finish. And then the second one's a fantastic raking pass from Van Dijk, I think it was, from the back. Salah manages to sort of ghost inside Davis, smart 1-2, and lifts the ball past Walton. And that was that really. Ipswich were kind of then, 1-0 down, they stood a chance, but at 2, there was a little period then afterwards where I feared that the floodgates would open. Liverpool had kind of shaken off any nerves. They hit their stride. There were more opportunities. But to be fair, Ipswich regrouped again, and they managed to keep the scoreline down, and it ends, a respectable 2-0.
It did, and the goals come from probably these little moments where Premier League level players will punish you, and these are top level Premier League players at that. You look at the first goals I mentioned, probably the 2 left-sided defenders might think, if we're a little bit further back, then we can get nearer to the ball. Leaf had a tough task one-on-one against Mo Salah for the second as well. Marcus Arnott might think could have got a little bit closer to Szoboszlai for the second goal. It's these little tiny things that will come more naturally as the games are played. These are players who were playing, we've spoken about already, League One football just over a year ago, coming in right at the deep end, and there were a couple of moments that they were punished for, but that step up will come in time, and there were more than enough positives to take from the 90 minutes as a whole.
Yeah, Ipswich have got this first game out the way. They've ticked it off. Schmodix came on for his debut in the second half. Calvin Phillips, an unused sub today, not deemed quite ready yet. There will be more signings to come through the door, and you hope that they're going to grow and grow as this season goes on, and I'm really excited for what's to come.
Yeah, same. And today we saw 7 players in the starting lineup make their debuts. You mentioned there were 4 on the bench who came on to make their debuts as well. There's huge milestones. Think about what today means for those players personally, and as well for the experience. It's not going to get much easier next week, let's be honest. Pretty much as daunting a task as you can get in the league after already quite a tough opener. But yeah, there was just so much to like and enjoy from today. I think that counts from our perspective as well. We're sitting in the press amphitheatre here with the big screens and the kind of cinema style seats with the logo knitted onto all of them. We've got to see so many new facilities. The players would have had the same. I think a lot of them would have seen these kind of things before. Yeah, it's just a really good day all round. Yeah, the result wasn't necessarily there to match it, but that was probably the only thing.
Yeah. The first one is in the books. Ipswich Town spirited 2-0 defeat at home to Liverpool. We will see you next weekend, and this still doesn't seem real, at the Etihad.